What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I am back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the right-hand side of the map in the red color, playing as Poseidon. His name is Momo. His opponent today in the blue color playing as Oranos. His name is Kvoth. This is game number 4 of this best of 5 series. Match point for Momo. If he wins this game, he goes on to the next round to face whoever he needs to face in said round. Can't wait to see that one. But another game, another me, another you. We'll see how it's all going to go. Lots of different options here in this matchup. Poseidon versus Oranos. We did see Poseidon versus Gaia there, where Kvoth just barely won based on the usage of the water. And that's not an option here on this map. It's not going to look like there's going to be too much water here. So we'll see if Momo's going to stick with his 2-town center Greek style to kind of defend against the Oranos onslaught, or if he's going to try something different in this game. So town centers here, both spawning on the bottom sides of the map. Pretty interesting town center spawning, actually, if we take a look at how the map looks. So the map's actually fairly small because of the forest around the outsides of the map. But the town centers, like if you take a look at the direction from one town center to the far town center versus this town center to the other one, yes, this town center is closer to Kvoth, but it's not that much closer than you would think. So this is a very, very peculiar map that could get split down the middle. It could get split a bunch of different ways. And we'll see how it's all going to go. What I'm interested to see in this game is Kvoth going to try something different with his Oranos or not? That's the big question, because he's been going for a fairly similar 2-town center, 3-town center, semi-fast heroic, kind of trying all this crazy stuff. Went for a Titan, didn't work against Momo's Greek. He went for a timing attack, kind of got caught out, didn't work. Will he try something different here or not? That's the big question. Going to be leaving that Oracle there? Nope, does decide to go after it. A little bit of animation cancelling here. If you guys are unaware, there are 2 animations that come through for the citizen. The wind up animation to shoot the arrow, and then the wind down animation as the villager is putting their bow and arrow away. And you can cancel that animation by right clicking on the unit that you want the animal that you want the villager to attack after it's shot the arrow. And that can double the amount of damage that it does a second. So, I mean, if doesn't actually tell me exactly what the pierce damage is. No, but let's say it's 8, so you double that, so it looks like it would be 16 damage per second in a way. Obviously, it's more than that. Onwards and upwards, ladies and gentlemen. We see villagers jumping onto this Orok over here. Momo's going to be making his way to the next age fairly soon. We don't see a temple up just yet. As we see the villager popping out over here, we'll drop the temple down on this position here. Nice and defensive. Relics on the map here. We do have a relic over here. We've got the Thundercloud Shawl, an extra 5% pierce vulnerability for those Greek units. Got the Mithril Horseshoes over here, an extra 10% cavalry movement speed. Big relic there to keep away from the Greek hero, because you don't want to give Mithril Horseshoes. It's too much movement speed for those cavalry, especially if they can get Sacred Charge as well. Can move up to like 7 point something speed and can be very zoomy. 7 point something? No, 6.6 speed. Something like that. As Prometheus is coming in for Kvoth. You do see the Oracle here pushing the Scout here pushing the Oracle away. We will be seeing Kvoth grabbing that relic, putting it in, not wasting any time here. And I think we did we did see the early Theseus coming out, but it's not going to be able to make it over to the other side of the map anytime soon. So no real worry on this secondary hunt here for Kvoth for the first time in this series. He's not going to get bullied by an early game hero from Momo, but Momo does advance rather quick here, and he has gone through Hermes. How much gold in the bank? He's got himself the 200 gold, 300 wood here. So the question is he going to go for this early town center or not? Now, how many cows? He's got tons of cows. So he could go for this town center. and then send villagers back home. You could go for this town center and kind of be a bit silly. Are we seeing that? It looks like the villagers are going to be pulled back. Almost has enough gold to get the town center up. Pulls villagers off of this gold mine as well to move over here. And it does look like Momo is simply just sticking true to his fast 2-town center Greek play against Atlantean. And we see Kvoth going for this elephant up here. He's already got himself the Terma. He's got himself the Mermillo. He's a little bit housed. Got himself that house there. And the mana is going to be coming up very, very fast here. So we see the elephants getting targeted down. So as the Terma does drop into this mana right now, we see the Valor getting cast over here, and Kvoth is going to be off to the races. As the town center is up for Momo, no problems where that's concerned. Plenty of resources in the main base, has himself a stable already. As the Centaur going to be pushing forward, looking for something to target down, I guess. A little bit dangerous to be running around the map against Oranos because he's got the speedy units, he's got the shockwave, can take that down very, very easily. As Kvoth pushing forward now, going to look to try and take down one of the villages or something like that. He's just looking all around the map, checking out all of the hunt. If we take a look at what Kvoth's actually scouted here in this map, he hasn't scouted anything. So he's currently flying blind, but he will be spotting the elephant over here. So going to be checking those out. There are tons of elephant here. 5 elephant in this corner of the map, which Momo is going to really want to be gathering at some point. I mean, obviously, Kvoth is currently gathering his own elephant, so he's happy about that. So we see the Centaur moving in, checking out the main base of Kvoth, just seeing what's happening. Kadoskabos does spot these villages over here as more units moving forward for Kvoth. Let's take a look at the gold here. So there is an option, again, for a 1-town center fast mythic here to go for a gold star to counter the 2-town center playstyle of Momo here. And I feel like Oranos players just might not be aware that it's really, really strong. But we'll see if this is what Kvoth is going to go for, if he's going to just get his like 70 population again and get a second town center. He's putting more villages onto wood, so it doesn't really look like it. If you're going for a 1-town center play, you kind of put 2 villages on wood and then get everything onto food after that, or maybe 3 villages on wood, take one off a little bit later after you get the upgrades. So we see the units moving in here, going to be looking to try and take down some of these heroes. So you see the Theseus taking a little bit of damage there. Takes a long time to kill the Theseus with a handful of Terma here, as the town center doesn't even get a shot off there. Meanwhile, the elephant over here getting taken down. Valor getting cast. Do you cast Shockwave on this ever? Probably not. Just send the Mermillo after it. It does not quite move. Well, it does actually catch up to it. 5.28 speed, but it's still going to be doing its darndest to get there. But a little bit tough for Kvoth to catch up there. As I feel like Kvoth has got all these units out, but he's just not active enough with them. Are we seeing the town center? No. Kvoth's still low on resources. Lots of wood incomes, floating just a little bit here. He is managing to continue building his own villages as well. He spots this granary here, but Momo is simply just saying, I don't care. He's just sitting in his base. Has he stopped production? Kind of not yet. He's only got one stable up. Throwing down an archery range over here now. As the Promethean are going to be pushing in. And this could be Kvoth's idea. He's just going to go 1-town center all in on this location here. He's trying to punish Momo for not building units. If he's got all of these Prometheans here, they're able to take down buildings incredibly efficiently with their extra 5 crush damage. As the archery range does get taken down. The units pushing over here. There's 10 villages over on that location. We've got the 3 militia, a couple of units over here, military barracks, military academies, doubly trying to get thrown up on this position. Almost 82 population. Kvoth's at 108 population here as the town center is getting thrown down yet again. But while this is going on, Momo just says, well, I'm going to try and take down a villager or 2. Definitely trying to deny that town center there. The militia popping out, getting a little bit of damage done over here. Needs to take down those heroes though, as they do too much damage to the Prometheans. Kvoth, you don't pull those away. Oh dear, this attack not going so well. We didn't see any villagers getting taken down. Kvoth does jump into this location. The town center does not get spotted there for whatever reason, as the units chasing down these straggler units of Kvoth. As Momo now coming over here will spot the town center. Will it be early enough? As we see a shockwave coming in, as it does manage to get up there. Nice usage of the shockwave. Good awareness there to make that work. As the town center is going to be shooting at these guys. A couple of units coming in to push away. And now Kvoth is 2 town centers. Momo is 2 town centers. Medium cavalry coming through for Momo. As the units are coming back in onto this town center over here. Just, you got to kill off those heroes. You can't push in onto the town center with there being heroes over here. And there's just not enough units on this position. Kvoth's got idle units kind of all over the place. He's trying to get aggressive, but it just looks to me like Momo is just min defending perfectly here against Kvoth. And Kvoth's just struggling a little bit to deal with what he needs to do. The Hippocon over here get pushed back. Good defense by Kvoth, but Momo's in a commanding position right now. As we see the military academies getting thrown up. More villages coming out. The farms coming down for Momo in his main base. Tons of military buildings getting dropped right now as Momo is saying, all right, time to just go mass units here. You could actually consider stopping units pretty soon and just making villages and trying to tech here as well, as that's what he's been trying to do. We see some forward buildings getting thrown down by Kvoth to put some pressure in here. As Momo pushing in onto this position as well. We see the Terma getting some good damage done over there, but the unit's mostly pushing back onto this position as Momo wants to grab this storehouse for himself. And we do have to remember that this is a vital problem that Momo is going to be running into, which is getting gold starved. But I feel like he's going to be more than able to defend here, because he's at 120 population. He can cast Ceasefire if he wants to as well. To give him a little bit of time here, as Kvoth trying to push in. The gold mine just about to expire. There it goes. And Sharp Mine on the way for Kvoth, as he's going to continue to try and push in here, making as many Momillo as he possibly can. He does have the heavy Momillo though in this fight. We do see the Hippolyta not targeting down the right units. He needs to be going after those Prometheans because they do a lot of damage here in this fight. As Momo does get pushed back. Medium infantry coming through for Momo. And Kvoth has got a metric shit ton of Terma. He might want to consider stopping those Terma a little bit here, as Kvoth attempting to get to the next age over here. This elephant just about eaten up as the raids coming in onto this location here. The gold villagers retreating away from the Hippocon. They're not going to get taken out, but it does get some good damage done. And there's the ceasefire. As the citizen wandering forward for Kvoth. The elephant going to be finished off. Where are they going though? Is he going for this town center or something? That's what it looks like. Honestly, I think it would be better to just get armory upgrades if you want to keep fighting in the classical age than getting an extra town center here. Where are these villagers going? It looks like they're going for the hunt. That makes sense. Coming up here, eating this hunt. There is a lot of... Well, there's actually not that much hunt here. It's only 3 giraffe. Sending 5 citizen over here is equivalent to sending... I can't do math. 15 villagers to 3 giraffe. That seems a bit of an overkill. Especially because there's elephant here as well. But more buildings getting thrown up on this position. Momo's going to be up at 130 population now. Copper Mail coming through for Kvoth. A big ticket upgrade actually in this fight is that Copper Mail. So it's smart for him to get that. He's going to be able to advance soon, as well as he's pulling his units away for some reason. Where are you going? Where are you going? I don't know. Hyperion on the way now for Kvoth, as he's going to be using that for the best of his ability here. We see the villagers going to be moving over and grabbing this town center, as Momo wants to kind of stay in the classical age a bit longer here against the Oranos, instead of doing what he was doing in the last couple of games. We are seeing the raiders now moving over here onto these elephant here, as Momo gets his the spider sense tingling. I guess he kind of was aware that maybe he saw the oracle, maybe he kind of aware that where else could the units be going. Just pull the villagers back, no problems there. And the Momo units pushing forward here. So couple of military academies getting thrown up over here as well, as a third town center getting dropped by Kvoth. Oh, I thought we were going Hyperion here, but it looks like Thea, the god of choice for Kvoth, not deciding Hyperion is an option. As he's going to continue this fight just a little bit here. How are the armory upgrades looking? They're kind of non-existent for Momo, so I feel like Kvoth has the advantage somewhat in this fight, as he does decide to turn around, taking this nice small fights over here. This town center has been spotted by the Katoskopos, but it's not going to be enough at all here. As the hoplites getting taken out, we see the Kvoth units circling around the back to continue the pressure. All these buildings here producing more units on the front here for Kvoth. He can actually move over here onto this gold mine if he so chooses. And it looks like the town center has actually been spotted here. Or not just spotted, but prevented for the time being. If you pull off all of these citizens, you could probably get it up. But just bring some Terma back and try and take down these hoplites. No problems where that's concerned. As we see the fight ensuing, there's no Hippolyta over here, so these Stymphalian birds are going to be a big value at this point, as the hoplite will go down. But Momo's now got, yet again, another commanding position. 3 town centers. Kvoth's got no resources in the bank. He's continuing to try and trade, but not trading well here. And Momo's going to be able to go to the heroic age fairly soon. And is in a perfectly reasonable position here to continue in this game. See if he's going to pick Aphrodite. Yep, Aphrodite, no real sense in going anything but Aphrodite here. As you do see a big shockwave coming onto this position to help the push through the Hippolyta on the back here, getting some good damage. But we do see Kvoth now going to be targeting down the Hippolyta over here, as he's going to be, she is going to be retreating away from that location there, as the Mamula is still chasing down the Hippocon. There's a little bit of a shoot and scoot running around that moment there. Still going to be alive, no problems. We see some military buildings coming down on this position. 3 military barracks here. As the hoplites retreating back, we see a dead Toxotes here. A couple more dead units going to be falling as well, as the Hippolyta will go down on this position here, allowing Kvoth a little bit more pressure here. But really, where to? This gold mine? This gold mine? I like the Stymphalian birds moving onto this position. Do we see the Hippolytes coming out? Yes, we do. But these villages are going to be going down very, very quickly here, as this is some damage that Momo really doesn't want to be taking here. He's going to be casting that curse on this position, I'm sure, very, very fast here. Actually, no. No curse. Fair enough. Maybe there's not enough human units here for it to really be worth it. As the Hippolyta does come out, those villages have mostly managed to stay alive. He did drop down 9 villages there, though. As we see some dryads coming in onto this position, villages garrisoning into the manor. No problems. These barracks here just being a little bit annoying at this point. These side builds that Momo are using in this series have really, really slowed down any serious pressure that Kvoth has been trying to do here. As the hoplites getting taken out. And we do see a cheeky curse getting dropped here onto this position to try and take down some of those citizens. Gets 2 citizen kills there, actually. So that hurts just a little bit for Kvoth, as the forward buildings do end up getting taken down. And guess what? Momo is going to be able to advance Mythic Age before Kvoth. For whatever reason that is, the raids, the fact there's no plow in. I mean, it's probably still on elephant, right? No plow in. There's some gazelle in the middle of the map, but now we see the raid coming around onto this gold mine in the back here. Villagers immediately just going to get pulled here by Momo. No problems. As we see the units now pushing in for Momo, picking off some of these forward Arcus and going after this gold mine in the corner. There's plenty of gold all around the map here, it would seem, as the Stymphalian birds are going to make their way back up onto this gold mine over here, trying to prevent Momo from getting more resources. But Hephaestus is on the way, as Momo is like, yep, we just got to play slow and nice and slow and solid and fundamentals, and just put the pressure on when we put the pressure on. And now he might even want to think about going after this town center. The home town center of Kvoth is actually wide open for an attack, as we do see that these citizens are trying to make their way back into the manor here. They kind of were, I don't know, trying to escape, but not able to. Going to jump back into the manor. As the army for Kvoth going to be returning back. There is this full HP Hippolyta that that Kvoth is going to want to immediately target down here. So they're moving in to this position. We see the Arcus hitting from behind here, hitting from the front. We see the Hippolyta getting taken down. Not really able to kill off any of these Stymphalian birds, as he's going to be able to clean up all of those units. The Nemean line is going to immediately get smoked here. You see how fast it goes down for a heroic age myth unit. Just gets absolutely destroyed there, as the citizen have made their way into this manor over here, and Momo is going to be retreating back, but Hephaestus just about to pop Kvoth, not in the next age, not even clicked up yet. He does have his mark and he can buy his way to the next stage, and he does decide to go through Helios. Advancing this late, definitely Helios is the right option. The question is whether or not he's going to be able to get anything out of it or not, as the Hephaestus has hit. He's going to be casting the Plenty Vault down straight away, right here. He's got himself his Colossus. He's going to have himself all of his strong units here. And the game is not over just yet. Now that Momo's got to the Mythic Age first, he definitely does have the advantage, though, because he's going to get Forge of Olympus. He's going to get his armory upgrades coming through. And he's going to be in a fantastic position as the Stymphalian birds flying overhead, the villagers retreating away from this. And we'll see how this is all going to go right now as the Hippolyta comes through, going to start shooting down these Stymphalian birds. Kvoth trying to take this fight right now. Not a bad idea while the upgrades are still coming through, but Forge of Olympus, Carpenter's Flood Control, Fortified Town Centers, Heavy Archers coming through. There's just not enough stuff here for Momo to put the pressure on, and he just doesn't have the upgrades. He doesn't even have fortified town centers yet, so he doesn't have the 160 population to push through. He's going to be distracting these units, and he does have an oracle in this position here, so he can warp into this base straight away if he so chooses, as he's baiting the army out of his base nicely here. But now we've got copper weapons, copper mail, copper shields coming through. Tons of technologies on the way right now for Momo, as Kvoth is trying to desperately hold on in this series and force the game number 5. See if he's going to be able to do it. Mason's on the way right now for Momo, as well as he's getting prepared for that, for a potential vortex or potential siege weapons coming for him. The Stymphalian bird still getting produced by Kvoth. I'm surprised to see that, because effectively you want to be making Hecagigantes here. We see an immediate vortex onto this position. Yes, we do. The vortex is going to drop here, trying to take down this town center. Kvoth doesn't even have a heavy inventory right now, as the units all going to drop in. It's kind of funny to see the Stymphalians drop and then pop back up to their position. Now, we do have one Hecagigantes, which was the free Hecagigantes, so that's actually a big amount of damage that's going to be done onto this town center. There is no ceasefire. We'll be seeing a really, really smart counter push here from Momo. He's not bothering with that, with those units here, and his town center is going to go down himself. We see Masons coming through. It's going to be a little bit of a help, but Momo just says, "No, take this down, and I'll see you later, bud." You do see the Stymphalian birds going after these villages. We have a whole minute we have to wait for the vortex to come back onto this position over here, and the town center going down first. Kvoth losing his first, and then Momo will be losing his afterwards. But now we're getting bronze weapons, bronze mails, bronze shields, architects, champion archers through for Momo. Momo's economy is absolutely gigantic here, as his technologies are just steamrolling ahead here. The palace going to get taken down. Kvoth is 2 town centers. Momo is 2 town centers, but Momo is at 153 of 140 population with some incredibly strong units right now. The villager is going to be pushing forward now to try and grab this town center for himself. Momo does not quite have the resources to grab it. He does have the resources to grab it, I should say. I thought that he didn't, but he's spent it already, as the units are pushing Kvoth back. And now Momo's next town center is going to be under pressure here on this location. We do see a handful of units waiting, making sure that Momo doesn't take that one there. We see the Hecagigantes over here just hitting a couple of special abilities to force those units away. The Stymphalian bird's getting a little bit of damage done onto these villagers here. There is a gold mine up on this position that he can grab, but right now it looks like Momo's not grabbing anything, as you do see Vortex does get cast over here to prevent this town center from going going up. But while this is happening, Kvoth's other town center is getting taken down. He's got a Colossus and a Polyphemus on this one, and the town center is targeting down the wrong unit here, targeting down the 80% pierce armor, 15 or 1300 HP Colossus. We do have the Stymphalian birds coming over to start dealing some damage to the Silver Colossus, but it's still going to be a slow process here as the units that are pushing in onto this position for Momo are still able to hold this position. We see the fortress coming up here, as well as those Toxotes dealing with the enemy Arcus nicely here, as the Gigantes slamming into the ground, pushing those units away. And the town center falls. Kvoth is now 1 town center. Momo is 2 town centers. We will be seeing the palace coming up over here. Do we see this town center coming up anytime soon? Iron Shield's just about to pop here as well for Momo. So he's nearly full iron. He just needs iron weapons and iron mail, as we see the town center, not town center, palace is going to be coming up here. Kvoth retreating back. He's at 115 of 100 population here, so he's even missing a mana at this point as well. As you do have a handful of villagers over here on this gold mine, handful of villagers on this gold mine, villagers over here as well for Kvoth. He's getting iron weapons, iron mail, just not slowing down on those technologies at all, as this palace is also not long for this world. The villagers moving forward to grab this Ford town center yet again, realizing how important this location is, and Kvoth in that moment does decide to tap out. GG, well played by Momo. Takes the series 3-1 against Kvoth, showing that Atlanteans, you know, if they don't do the right thing, they might end up losing it all. An incredibly well-played series by Momo. Super fundamentally based, super fundamentally sound. Really well-played game. I think that Kvoth definitely needs to think about strategies that don't involve delayed second town centers with Oranos if there are forward gold mines. I think that the 1 town center play is the way to go here. You can cast yourself an early Tartarian gate in the main base while putting pressure onto the second gold mine here. And you get a gold starve, and then your opponent can no longer fight in the game. You also get yourself access to Lampedes that you can mass if you so choose in that Mythic age, which are also really, really strong. Super underappreciated unit there, and you can find yourself in a much better position against these 2 town center plays. But Kvoth doesn't go for that. Momo gets the win, gets the series. If you guys enjoyed this series, please consider hitting the subscribe button on the Twitch if you're on the YouTubes. Sorry, the subscribe button on the YouTubes if you're on the Twitch. Hit the follow button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.